welcome to BookNews podcast in partnership with Kenya Publishers Association. With us is Dr. Eveline Ogendo. Welcome to the Nairobi International Book Fair and to the BookNews podcast.
Thank you.
Daktari, tell us more about yourself.
I'm Dr. Eveline Ogendo. I'm a counseling psychologist. I'm a life skills coach. And I've also authored books on life skills. I'm so passionate about life skills. I've done other fields, but I am more on the life skills part because I know it brings all the difference in anybody's life, be it young or old. Now, just by my story,
Yes.
I got my kids. I got into motherhood when I was still young. I would say not too young, but I would say I was young because my firstborn child is now 21 years old. The other one is 19 years old. And by the time I was getting my second child, I was 23 years. That's the age most of them get through from campus, from university and stuff.
Yeah.
So me, I was ready on full-blown motherhood, full-blown marriage, full-blown, and then you realize that there are those things that are not working for you, and then you are wondering, later on in life, I found out it was not only me, and I realized that when you make decisions when you are young, it's different when you make decisions when you are a bit matured up. So the gaps I faced in terms of taking care of my children on my own as a young mother, because the father was away most of the time, away. And what I went through, I think it was mind-boggling to a level of me wanting to drop out of a formal job because I was not able to fully give my children time because I had to work. I needed the money. I needed so many things. And then I thought a young mothers can still work and still be good mothers. They can still do other things and still be good mothers. But who will inform them? So I decided I need to share my experiences in terms of, and also compare with many more. Mm-hmm. Like when we used to go for clinics, you are seeing young mothers. The stories they are telling you, they're just like stories other people go through. And I was also silently going through. I felt like you need a conversation. You need to understand whether what you're going through is a normal occurrence, because it can easily, most people get into depression because they do not open up and communicate. So that's why I decided I just have to write. I have to write, and I do a lot of life skills coaching. Doesn't matter young or old, corporates. I do a lot of life skills coaching in that human beings have the potential of solving their own problems if they are empowered. So that's why I went into writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your story is rich. Any of these books that you've written, is there any of them that talks about you?
No, I've not done my biography yet. I
Why?
feel like I need...
You owe us your story.
I think I owe you my story,
Yes.
but I need to... There's something I'm waiting. The way you feel like you have not fully baked to... I don't want to call it actualization because I don't know who reaches actualization.
All
but
right.
I feel in 1 or 2 years' time, I should have a nice biography without gaps.
Okay.
I don't want gaps. Maybe there are things I'm trying to solve in life, like now like this. This is the newest book that I've written on life in university or campus, because I realized we have a big problem with the transition management. The way our children transit, the way even themselves, they transit from one side to another age of life, to another sphere of life, is quite wanting in the sense that first, they are getting into an environment not understanding who they are. While they are there, they focus on the small things like, I have freedom. I do not have my mother, father, or guardian trying to ask me, where are you from? I can have as many relationships. I can do as much. I can leave not to go to school. I can go to university and both, but my mother and my father are not going to do that. So there are those social issues, social gaps that are basically in the university, and they crave for freedom, premature freedom, in the sense that you have gone to university, you want to do, you are learning, but you want to capitalize more on the prevailing freedom than concentrating more on molding who you are to make yourself up. I'm not saying that they shouldn't date, they shouldn't do what.
Yes.
They can do the same things they are doing, but responsibly. So that's why I wrote this book, to avoid the alcohol, the rampant alcoholism in universities, the drug use, the illicit relationships, love triangles, the crave for money, the crave to look like who you are not, and the crave, the lies, the pathological lies that our children pose to their parents, especially those parents who did not make it to go to university, and many more lies. And then they go to university, the course is 4 years, they cannot stay there for 4 years, they stay for 8 years. Parents going for graduations, their children are not graduating. You see, it has really drained the culture of many people from the past. They used to prefer that my son, like me, I'm a mother of sons,
Yes.
like my son is dating a lady from university. You are like, oh Jesus Christ! It's not like the past.
Yes, yes.
In the past, your son or your daughter is dating somebody in university. You see, the perception was so right, but you see, right now you take it with a pinch of salt. You are like, eish. I don't know how that works, but I hope she's different. There's that perception.
Yes.
So this is the book that is trying to mold that nice culture, a culture of values, a culture of self-reliance, in that, can you do things without people really watching over you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you be you? Because anything you are doing, you are doing it for you, not for your
Yes,
parents.
not for your parents.
Yes.
And I think it comes in hard because there's a lot that's happening in campus now.
There's too much that is happening in campus.
Yeah, children are losing focus when they get there.
Yeah.
They don't know if they're supposed to continue back
Yeah.
to reading, or before they know it,
Yeah.
they're already down a hole they can never be able to dig up.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Now, talk to us about this life skills education.
Now, life skills education, there is a lot of pressure outside here. We talk of peer pressure, we talk about poor management of relationships, because when you're not empowered, you don't even know who you are in the first case. This book helps you to know who you are, because most of the time you realize our children, this generation, you ask them who you are, they will immediately rush to, this is my name, this is the school I went to, grade this, I got this, got scored an A, went to school. You see, you are not saying who you are.
Yes.
How do you make your decisions? How do you make your friends? How do you get away from negative influence? How do you determine this is a good person or a bad person? How do you assess your evaluation? Are you empathetic? Are you paranoid? Are you that person who is emotionally not intelligent? How do you make your decisions?
Okay.
This is the book that drives them through all that level.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is from what age to what age?
This is good from age 14.
From age
14 up to your age.
All right.
Yeah, up to your age. You're 20 something or something.
10 years I am.
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
Yeah. Even me, I can read this at my 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
These
books,
four,
these
they go
four.
together.
Yeah.
There's one that we'll need to top up. There's one that is not here. There are 5. So these books, these are transition books, smooth transition books.
That's your camera. You can show them nicely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are transition books.
Up
I hope
a
they are
little
clear.
bit. Yeah. I can show them also. I can help you.
Yeah, help me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Here.
you can have 2,
Yeah.
and I have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these books, there's one that is supposed to be here on menstrual cycle and hygiene. These books are transition books. This, what we are showing here, are also transition. This is to university, transition to university. There's one I'm doing transition to high school,
Okay.
but it's not yet out. It's almost out now. Now, these books are the ones that help our children from age 9 to age 16, 17, to help them, 1, to know who they are, 2, to understand their body, especially that one of understanding adolescence. You see, our children, when we tell them when they are 19, 20, when we tell them they are not yet clear with adolescence, they feel like we want to look down upon them.
Yes.
So biology has proved it that somebody can be on adolescent stage until 23, 24. So that is a period of university. So that's why most of them do what they do, because they're at the verge of trying to seek for their identity. There's nothing as bad as you don't know who you are, and most of us don't know who we are. Because if you know who you are, you know where you are, where you're going, and how you're gonna go there, and what or who you need to go where you need to go. So these books are meant to transit our children to understand themselves in terms of the hormonal imbalance that comes during adolescence, why they feel the way they do, why they tend to be a bit rude to their parents, why they tend to be shy, where their esteem falls in terms of body shaming and other. They help them, especially this, also the life skills. What do they need in terms of making decisions? Critical thinking. Are you your own person, or your parents must think for you, or your teacher, somebody has to think for you? Who are you in terms of solving problems, however small? Do you rush to somebody to help you, or you try to solve a problem? So these are books that parents can read, so that, because most of the time, parents want to understand people who do not understand themselves. We want to understand people who need help, who actually need help. And the most genuine help that can come, it is the genuine help that comes from a mother or a father or a guardian. So when we fail to give them that support, they go to get it from out there or from Google, and then they end up becoming misguided in life. So that's why I wrote these books. And a boy and a girl can have all these books. It's a set of 5 books. These books are found in the leading bookshops, the ones that work with the Kenya Literature Bureau. They are found in those bookshops, and they can still order directly from me, or they can always contact any bookshop like textbook centers, and you will find all these books there. And when somebody goes there, it is good for you to buy them as a package.
All right.
Because a girl needs to know, like biology, you don't learn biology of the anatomy of a woman only.
Yes.
No, you learn a human anatomy. You want to understand how the body of a man works, of a woman works, so that in future you're going to have a wife, in future you're going to have a husband. So these books are better bought as a set.
All right.
Of 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Now then, we have these two. Parenting a teenager and emotional intelligence.
I call them my 2 children.
All right.
These books are very brave. They are meant for parents. Many parents are going bonkers, actually, when it comes to parenting these kids, especially when they are transiting from childhood to adulthood. Many parents are trying to think their children are bewitched, because that hormonal impact is it impacts these children so much in such a way that you would think these children are under something. So this is to give parents understanding and stability. Most of them, you realize, after 40, most parents are taking pressure.
Pressure medication?
Yeah, pressure medication.
All right.
They are not, they are in between wondering, I wanted my child to grow so that I can be free to do some other things, but I don't have peace. Especially when they go to first year, high school, at least there's that routine thing, and then the routine operations, like he or she can't get out of school, you can monitor that. But now this parenting a teenager would help a parent understand that the adolescent child needs her or his help, does not need to be judged, does not need to abscond his or her friends. Most of us, we are like, huyu mtoto ameharibu mtoto wangu. We don't need to do that. We don't need that, because even that child you're saying is spoiling your child is also somebody's child and they needs help. So it's upon you to take it up to see, like, how can I separate them without really coming in between the decisions of my child. Because during adolescence, they are confused, whether they are children or adults.
Yes.
They are making friends, they are intrusive mother, they call us, or rather toxic
parents.
Mother, they call us toxic. Or rather the intrusive mother, the intrusive father, or the know-it-all father. Most of the time, they call their father know-it-all. Their mother's toxic or intrusive. So how can you get your child from bad influence without annoying those ones, without annoying the decisions of your child? So this will make them understand that there are days they are going to wake up with mood swings. There are days, it's you to understand them. There's a way they are not going to obey you most of the time, but not that you are going to allow them to disobey you, but ways of getting that child to understand that whichever way we need to work this out together, because I'm your mother, I'm your father, I'm your guardian. We need to talk because you need help, so don't behave like you don't. You do, because even me, I need help to understand you. It's not easy.
Yes.
And then this emotional intelligence is what will keep you sane. You know, there's a way somebody will just annoy you. You do stuff, so if you gave yourself like 20 minutes of the time, you will not make the decisions. You will not make the decisions you made at that time, at the peak. At the peak when things were happening. So that's why I wrote this. These are actually pocket books for.
Do
parents.
they go together because they're related in a way?
Yeah. This is just to keep the parents sane.
All right.
Yeah.
So I noted that they have different names. Is that you? Confirm to us that Eveline Ogendo is the same as Daktari there.
Yeah? Oh yeah. This when I was writing this four, there's another fifth book that will be inclusive, menstrual cycle and hygiene. And I said both boys and girls should be able to buy these books as a package. They should buy them as a package of 5.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know about someone. Like I say, anatomy of a human being doesn't matter whether it's female or male. You need to understand most of these things. Now, the time I was writing these books, I was not a doctor that time. And when these books were evaluated and approved by KICD, you need to keep up with the name you are using. Now, if I need to change it, I need to apply from them, which I have not done, but I will do with time.
Okay.
I'll do with time, then I start using it because this is the name I used.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Because someone can get confused. Is this the same person?
Very true.
Is it the different
as compared to this?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You see, you realize this. I was a bit matured up and stuff.
Yes.
This I was writing. I wrote them like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, I've partnered with the Kenya Literature Bureau, and that's why they're able to distribute them in all bookshops. And my suggestion would be that they are sold in sets.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get this knack of writing from? You can easily just go and talk about it, but not write. Where does the knack of writing, where does it get out from?
No, I feel the information I talk about, especially when stage talking, is information that many people need in this country. But I'm not saying that I'm the only one who will tell them, but I feel like if I write, it's going to be a bigger outreach.
Okay.
And then even the time you talk to people, people have this thing of forgetting because of life distractions. So after I talk to them, they can always refer again and again. So you don't have to read like it's a subject. It's something that as long as you live, you're going to find your stressors for the sake of revision.
Yeah.
So that you can get to revise them later in life, or you can get it as your consolation. Sometimes I read something. What I'm going through, is it right? Even our own children.
Yes.
Like what am I going through? And then they can refer again. Are you see?
Yes.
They can refer, and then they can be able to help themselves without necessarily me being on stage. So that's why I wrote them, and then I felt like during the time of Corona, the season of Corona,
yes,
things happen for a reason.
Yes.
There are people who made decisions that are really helping them right now.
Or
like the online,
yes,
like these podcasts you're doing,
yes,
know.
Yes.
You can always do them from some studio. You can do them from anywhere, like even where you're doing them.
Yeah.
So during that time is when there was a lot of idleness. People could not sit for me to talk to them.
I hear you.
People could not sit for me to talk to them.
Yes.
So because of the distancing and stuff and the infection part of it. So what I decided, I sat down and decided I have to write. I just have to write this. I just have to write.
Okay.
I did so much. 2019, 2021, I did so much.
All right.
Yes.
You're still writing? You mentioned there's another one that's coming.
I'm still writing. I'm still writing.
Is it in the same area, or now you are graduating to something else?
I can graduate to another level. Like this is higher than this.
Yeah.
I graduate to another level, but give it the complexity it needs.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't want to sell to you this book when
Yes.
you're doing your exams.
Yeah.
Are you saying?
Yeah.
But I would comfortably sell it to junior school.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Whatever that you are touching, the area that you are touching in terms of the youth, the young children is very crucial because you realize that they make decisions that are not helping them in adulthood.
Very true.
Someone was born, they had very good potential, but because they made terrible mistakes at this young age that you are capturing, they're not able to achieve their potential. So you're doing a very good job.
True. Thank you.
I feel like most of these campus students or most of these teenagers got to realize that whatever it is they're facing is normal. It's normal. When they see their parents as their worst enemy, it's absolutely normal.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not going to last. It's a season.
True.
Yeah, one day they'll be their best friends, yeah?
Very
And also
true.
assuring parents, because parents also need assurance to know that whatever it is that they are teaching their children is also going to help them. So I'm so glad that you're doing these books. I think
Thank
it's
you.
time that parents get to know that they are not alone
Thank you.
and there's support system. So thank you so much. So you said all of them, we can be able to find them at Kenya Literature Bureau.
The transition books
Yeah.
from that's childhood to adulthood.
Yeah.
That is from grade 4 to, I would say, grade 4 to 8. We'll read these books, and they are in the leading bookshops. The ones being distributed by Kenya Literature Bureau, KLB.
Okay.
And then they can also contact them, and also they can also contact me. I'll give you that number.
Tell us what your number is.
Yeah, the number for the life skills.
Yes.
That let me give you that number. For this, they can always find them in bookshops, but they can also, because they are being distributed by Kenya Literature Bureau.
Yeah.
And then they can also call me on call this number. This
All
is
right.
for the office. We are based at Family Health Plaza.
Okay.
It's opposite where we used to call Tusky Steam Mall.
Oh yes, that's the
Yeah.
Mall. Yes.
Yeah. We are there. Life Skills Bookstore.
Okay.
0724 496 244.
All right.
0724 496 244. Then they will order for this. They will call that number to
Yeah.
order for these ones
Yeah.
and for these ones, even for all of them.
Okay.
I can still facilitate them on how they can get the books.
Okay.
This and these ones.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll get all of them.
All right.
So, well, I'm very passionate about making a difference, self-empowerment. And I want people in the world, Kenya by extension in the world,
Yeah.
to realize they have the answers to their problems only if they see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you tell parents who already have children who have gone astray a little bit? The parents did their best. They gave their children the best, but the children have decided to go just wayward. What would you tell such parents?
I want to give those parents hope in the sense that that situation is not going to last forever, but they can try. Okay, sometimes we get very upset as parents
Yeah.
to give them a bit of understanding that the hormonal imbalance drive is so crazy. It's just like on a hashed up roller coaster. To try understand, to try bring the bond with their children, to try understand them, to try have time, not calling them meetings. Teenagers don't do very well. Like, tomorrow I want to meet all of you. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
To create unplanned time, there's a way you just delay one day, you are not going to work, you just stay around, you're having breakfast. That is the time you get to know who your child is. Try and bond with them. Don't talk negatively about their friends. As a grown-up, just know that I don't think my child, them together, even your child could be the one influencing others negatively.
Yeah.
So you have to fit yourself into the shoes. Instead of telling your child, don't work with so and so, don't do so and so, it's good to find your time. Though sometimes parents, when you tell them, I think your children and your son and mine are of bad influence of each other parents react differently. But if parents can get to understand when another parent is complaining,
Yeah.
it's not because she or he is idle. It's because there's a problem that needs to be defined. They join hands. Let them work together. Let them not ask who started, who is bad, who is nice. God did not create anybody to be a troublemaker. God created people to be okay, but environment changed them. The decisions they made in life changed them. So it's us to navigate through and try to see how can we break this nut, how can we crack this nut. We may not be very successful the first time, but keeping on trying and having hope that things are going to change, that's okay. And even if out of 10 you try up to 3 and you make it up to 3, we'll have given you all.
Thank you very much for that motivation. Now, this is your first time at the book fair?
Well, no.
So you've been here in several others.
I've been several others all over the country.
What do you think about this edition now that you are celebrating 25 years?
I feel so encouraged. I feel like I also feel proud that we have those brains. We have, especially KPA, what you people are doing. I feel like we are moving a step. Even with the complaints we have on the emergence of artificial intelligence that is really taking people by storm, you know, everything is just by our surface. It's just a Google away. I feel proud, and I know we're gonna go far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for honoring us with your knowledge, with all that you know, with all that you have done, and we wish you all the very best as you continue in this journey.
Thank you.
And we know that everybody is going to get your books, get information from you, because whatever it is that you're writing on is very relevant in this modern world. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, listeners. Now we know about Daktari. Now we know what she does. Please, let's go and get her book so that we are better endowed with information on how to deal with life and life issues. Thank you so much, and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.